Good evening, Extreme Weather Videos. Welcome to this week's edition of StormCast. Great to be back here on the air with you guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday season. Hope you ate lots of turkey. Great to have some of our team here with us this evening from all over. We've got some great topics that we're going to be talking about tonight. We'll be talking about some of our recent winter storms, even down here in the south. Got some snow. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll also talk about the California wildfires. Big story there. We're going to be sharing some of our holiday gift ideas with you guys and also be talking about our Christmas traditions that each of us have. So we've got with us tonight myself here. We also have Elena with us out in California, staying away from those fires, hopefully. Dan up in Wisconsin. Good evening, Dan.
Hello.
Georgia up in North Carolina. Good evening, Georgia. Good to have you with us this evening. My brother JJ is here with us as well. Good evening. Good to see you. And our very own Lady Disaster, Jesse, out there in Iowa. So let's get right to it, guys. Let's talk about some of these winter storm totals that we've had so far this year. As you know, just this past weekend, we had a pretty significant winter storm here across parts of the South, from all the way from Brownsville, Texas, got measured snowfall. Isn't that unbelievable, guys? That's at the very southern tip of Texas. You know how rare it is for places like Brownsville and Corpus Christi, Texas, to get measurable snowfall?
Rare.
Yeah.
And their radars actually picked up snow across the border, too, so it technically even snowed in Mexico.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. But, yeah, I mean, that's really far south. I mean, I know here where we're at in the Atlanta area, here where we're at, we got about 2 to 3 inches of snow. But places north of the city of Atlanta, like where my sister lives, they got 6 to 8 inches up there, which is really, really some significant snowfall totals for up there. It actually took about 4 or 5 days to melt. Actually, I think up in that area just kind of finished melting today. Georgia, you're in North Carolina. What was the snowfall like where you were at up there?
Well, where I was at, we didn't get that much. I mean, it was like an inch maybe.
Gotcha.
But it stuck around. And it snowed all day. And that was something we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah, I mean, pretty rare. And I know over into parts of Alabama, they got snow even over toward Birmingham, and then also down
Pensacola got snow.
Pensacola got snow. Yeah, that's right, Florida. So
that's rare.
I think I remember hearing that all 50 states have had snow now in 2017 since Pensacola got snow. So again, keeping up with our trend of being quite a historic year. And but we're not the only place that's been getting snow. I know up there in the north, you guys have been getting some snow too. So Dan, Jesse, tell us about your guys' snowfall so far for the 2017-2018 winter season. We'll start with you, Dan.
Well, right around in my neck of the woods, we got over the stretch of about a week or so, maybe a few inches. Nothing significant at all for us. A little bit north of here towards north, maybe like east central Wisconsin, they got a little bit more. They were under a winter weather advisory just the other day. I don't know exactly their totals. I think they might have gotten close to 5 inches with that particular storm.
Nice.
But if I were to take a guess, I don't know what the average is for our snow at this time of year. I'd say we're about on par, maybe a little bit behind. I think usually we have a little bit more snow. But
on the ground,
it's still early. Keep in mind that those of you in Wisconsin, we get most of our snow on average in the month of February, actually.
Interesting. Do you think it would start so much earlier up there?
Still a long time to go yet. We get our coldest temperatures, obviously, in January. So winter really just starting for us. And technically, winter hasn't even started yet, really, if you factor in, what is it, December 21st?
21st, yeah.
The first official day of winter.
Yeah, calendar winter hasn't started yet. Meteorological winter starts December 1st, but
right. So we'll get there. Still a lot of time to go.
Yeah. What about you, Jesse, out there in Iowa? How's things been across your state?
It is non-existent.
Well, didn't Northeast Iowa get some snow the other day?
Yeah, they got a little bit, but that's already all gone.
Wow. What about when do you guys get the majority of your snow usually?
Usually we get it about this time.
Do you think?
However, if we don't get any snow through this and that, then we get hammered in January.
Huh. Interesting. So it's just kind of, if you don't get it in December, it all kind of comes 2 months worth in 1 month in January. Man. Do you think you're going to have a white Christmas?
No.
No? No white Christmas this year? Did you have one last year?
No.
Our odds of white Christmas, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. So if I end up being wrong, somebody makes a whole bunch of comments. Okay, I take it back. But if I remember correctly, I believe our chances of white Christmas, that just being snow on the ground, is just over 50%.
Huh. Wow.
I would thought it would have been higher, but it's actually not. So
Yeah. What about you, Elena, out there? I mean, it's been pretty cold out there. Like what, 30 degrees? That's pretty cold compared to your 110.
Yeah, it actually got down to 29 a couple days ago.
Do you ever get snowfall where you're at? Because aren't you in like a higher elevation area, like kind of up on top of a mountain? So do you get snow at your house or no?
We've gotten it once before, and it didn't stick, but we got to see the snowflakes fall, which was pretty cool.
Huh, that is cool. But the big story out in California is those wildfires.
Oh.
Let's talk about that, guys. Those wildfires here. Actually, I think real quick, JJ, what do you got pulled up there? That's oh, there you go. There's your snow graphic for you. You got it sideways there, bud. There you go. Now it's straight. So, yeah, I mean, the Great Lakes region, I know they've gotten some lake effect snow. Grand Rapids, I think, is supposed to get 5 to 8 inches this week.
Yeah, as you can see, Michigan completely, got a pretty intense snow. And they said this started Wednesday, and they said they were going to get 3. So 1, 2, 3 snowfalls. So
yeah, 3 different clipper systems.
Out of the 3, that's what's going to have the combined of the 3 snowfalls. So
yeah. So
I found it here if you're interested.
Go for it, Dan.
This is I'm taking this from AccuWeather, and they did a article on 5 major U.S. cities with the highest probability for a white Christmas. Number 1 was Minneapolis, and Milwaukee is 3rd.
Wow.
And I was close. I was just on the wrong side of 50%. It's that we're actually 47% probability of a white Christmas. Their definition of a white Christmas, I lost it, having at least 1 inch or more of snow on the ground.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
White Christmas. So Milwaukee is sitting at 47%. We see an average of 10.6 inches of snowfall in the month of December. And the snowiest Christmas was recorded in 1950 with a total of 5.7 inches of snow on Christmas.
Nice. Well, I hope you get another maybe 3 inches on Christmas Day. That'll be pretty cool.
That would be perfect. We got to give Santa a place to make a landing on the roof.
Exactly, right? Exactly. For all those reindeer, make it nice and slippery and dangerous for them.
That's right.
But yeah, so we go from snow to fire, or fire and ice, right? Fire and ice. So out there in California, I mean, we've had some pretty big weather fires across California. I'm sure you guys have seen some of it on the news. Heard heard some sad news today about a firefighter dying in the Thomas fire. We did post that out on Facebook and Twitter earlier tonight. So definitely praying for that family. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I feel like the wildfire season out there is, I mean, there's always a wildfire season out there, but I mean, I feel like, is it just me, or is this wildfire season more extreme than normal? What do you guys think? Talk to me about that. Elena, we'll start with you. You live out there in California. I mean, is this worse than past years, or is it, kind of?
This is way worse than last year. We had that big fire, and there was a bunch of, I think it was in the early summer, maybe in the spring, we had that big fire out here close to where I live, and they had like 3,000 firefighters out fighting. This one has up to 8,000, maybe 9,000 firefighters fighting.
Wow, yeah. That's a big difference. I mean, you're talking 6,000 more firefighters. And for those of you that may be interested, let me kind of explain to you one reason I think that these fires are being so pronounced this winter. And part of it has to do with our La Nina setup we have. So we have a big ridge of high pressure in the west and that big dip in the jet stream, that trough in the east, which is one reason why we got that snowfall all the way down here into the southeast, because of that La Nina setup where that dip in the jet stream really dipped down and was able to pull that Gulf moisture north. But with that, on the western side, you have those really strong southwesterly dry winds kind of coming in off the desert. And that kind of helps to fuel those fires when you get those strong winds and those warm temperatures. And Elena, you've got a graphic there of the Thomas fire. So yeah, you can kind of see that's the outline area, I'm assuming, where the Thomas fires run. So
this is where it. Okay, this is where it started down by Ventura, and then the winds have been coming up a lot, making it hard for them to get the fire out. And they've had a couple of fires spring off in Ventura and cause a couple of house fires. But then the winds made it go up, so now it's reaching and going into Santa Barbara, which is a very highly populated, very brushy. They're going to have a way harder time getting the fire out if it goes into Santa Barbara all the way. But you can see how much it sort of sprung and went. So it's
what are those the black lines there? Is that like areas that they've evacuated, or?
The black is the perimeter of the fire.
Oh, gotcha.
They have a pretty big perimeter. And there's a couple of voluntary spots like here where they have it kind of cut off. But there's a lot of wind, especially at night. It's making it very difficult. The worst time is nighttime. They've had to bring in more helicopters and planes from out of the area completely to come in and help try to get more of a leadway at night.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we just definitely really need to be praying for those. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, that so far I believe there's been 7 people that have died from these wildfires out there in California.
Yeah.
And I know, thousands of homes have already been destroyed and businesses across Ventura County there in California. So definitely, follow our Twitter and Facebook for more updates on the California wildfires. Next thing I want to talk about, kind of, since we are, Christmas is right around the corner, guys. How many of you guys are excited for Christmas? I mean, I kind of,
Yeah.
Love Christmas, favorite holiday.
It's good. It's your, what did you say, Dan?
I said I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday.
Favorite holiday? Okay. So with Christmas being right around the corner, what are some, I mean, we're all, weather enthusiasts, and when we track the weather, I mean, that's what we do here with Extreme Weather Videos. So what are some ideas of, gifts that maybe a storm chaser or weather enthusiast, would like to get? What's something that you think that you would get someone? I'll start. I know one thing that I actually just recently got. If you're really big into storm chasing and you get to go out a lot, there's going to be a couple things you need. And one of those things that you're going to need, especially if you're like me and you've got your laptop out there, you're streaming live video, you're going to need to get yourself a nice laptop mount. So, I mean, there's an example of a laptop mount there, which is really nice. This is by a RAM mount, so it's kind of no drill mount. It just attaches right to your seat, and completely height adjustable, and also has the swing arm there, so you can adjust the laptop stand itself in your vehicle. So we'll be getting to use that for 2018. So that is definitely exciting. Looking forward to that. Another thing that I think would be a great gift for storm chasers that a lot of people may not really think about is actually those external battery packs that you use to like charge your phone and thing like that. Because when we're out on the road, or you're following the weather and you've got your radar scope open or your Zello open, it's really going to do a drain on your battery. So if you have that extra portable battery pack available, you don't have to have a plug. You just plug it right into that battery, and you can get depending on the size of the battery, you can get 1 to 3 phone charges out of it. So that is absolutely essential. I know my brother, JJ, he has an Anker one. I think Dan has an Anker one as well.
I was just going to ask you if I could drop a brand name, and yes, I would. Since you said it, yes, I would highly. Anker isn't paying for us to say this, although if you're interested in sponsoring Extreme Weather Videos, please give us a contact. But yes,
Yeah.
Anker battery packs are absolutely phenomenal. I've used mine for a couple of years now, and they work great. Works every time.
Yep. And another nice thing, and Jay, I think you can talk about this a little bit too, because you also have an Anker battery pack. How long does it usually take to like recharge them after you've kind of discharged? It's not that long, right? Just a couple hours?
I would say a full charge, I would say an hour. If you were at a low percentage, I would say it would take maybe an hour or less. It's a very good battery charger. Ankers are probably the best. Like the one I have, it costs $30. Some people might think that's a lot, but it charges very fast. And not only does it charge very fast, you can charge like your phone 5 times. So if you're chasing whatever, you need to charge your phone constantly. It's a very good product, so I would recommend that very much. If I had to rate that, I would rate it 10 stars.
Joey, can I say something else about that?
Go for it.
I don't want to turn it into an electronics podcast, but the particular model that I have, it all depends on the milliamp power that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the bigger capacity it has, the longer it's going to take to fully recharge that pack once it's fully drained. The one that I have is 11,500, and what you want to look for, it's usually only a little bit more money, but if you can find a pack that's compatible with Qualcomm's Quick Charge, what that does is that even though your phone might not be capable of taking advantage of the Qualcomm Quick Charge, the battery pack itself is. So that means it is going to recharge faster than if it was just a standard outlet. So mine takes about 5.5 hours to completely recharge.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also recharge my phone probably 4 or 5 times with it. So
nice.
It comes in handy. Just plug it in overnight. By the time you get up the next day, you're fully charged.
Yep. And I know that's a awesome gift that I think is essential. And so we'll kind of take it down line. So that's that great discussion there. Who else has an idea? I mean, Georgia, Jesse, Dan, I know you had something you also wanted to mention, so I'll let you go ahead and mention that.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to be a pretty common thought. If you or someone that you know is really into weather, there's a chance that they may already have one. But in the event that they don't, or they're looking to upgrade to a better model from the one that they do have, what I recommend, and I'm looking for a screenshot here, is a weather radio. Now, this particular brand...
that's what I was going to say.
This particular brand is from Midland. This is their WR300 model. It's a step up. It's a couple step ups from some of the models that they offer.
Yeah, I've got a 120, the WR120. So tell me about the 300.
I think that there's another one that might be above this one yet. But this one has all the features that I was looking for. And the most notable feature for me anyway that it has is that it allows you to select which alerts you want to be warned for.
Oh, that's nice.
So and it allows you to mute the ones that you don't. So if you don't want to be woken up in the middle of the night because you're in a severe thunderstorm watch, you don't have to be. Now it'll still light up. You'll still see an LED light that'll come on to let you know that one's come across, and the screen will come on to tell you what the alert is if you happen to be looking at the radio, but you won't get those tones sounding in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I even muted severe thunderstorm warnings for the middle of the night, because if it's during the day, being into weather, I'm probably already going to be aware that weather's in my area, or even overnight for that matter. I'm probably going to be able to know if something's expected to come through my area. The only thing that I've left actually powered on to sound is an actual tornado warning.
Yeah.
So if that thing goes off in the middle of the night, I know it's important.
Yeah. I like too that it also shows you if it's an advisory, a watch, or a warning with 3 LEDs on the left.
And around here, you still get your weekly tests throughout spring and summer.
Yeah, we get ours every Wednesday at approximately 11:30 a.m.
Also has an AM/FM radio, which may or may not be important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it also uses the same technology. So what you can do with that, in case if you're not familiar with it, is that you can program exactly which counties in your area you want to be alerted for, which is especially useful if you're near the border of a county. So even though, let's say, a warning isn't issued for your county, but 5 miles to your west is, you might want to have a heads up before it actually is in your backyard. So you can tell it exactly which counties you want it to warn for. And it will.
Awesome. So that's a great idea. Jesse, I mean, what about you? I know you have a weather station that you've used. I mean, what type of weather station do you recommend for others?
If you're gonna get a weather station, I would go with anything from Accurate.
Okay. Which ones have you used? I know you've used a couple of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure which version I have this round though. I don't know if it says.
Sorry about that.
Nope.
Welcome back. Okay. But yeah, I know Accurate, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there you go. They've been, I've seen some sales from Accurate on weather stations. So, I mean, that would definitely be a practical gift that I think you could give someone.
I need a new one.
Yeah. Definitely check out their website. I think they still have some sales going on. I know during Black Friday.
That tree that came down and took out my cable, it also took out my weather station.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So now we know what holiday gift to get you for weather enthusiasts like yourself.
So yeah,
just
I
gotta talk to
accidentally
my
hit the back
squire.
button there when I was trying to stop the screen share.
No problem. No problem. So that leads us to our final topic of the evening, traditions. Who wants to go first? What is your Christmas tradition? And, is it something that you've just started or have you been doing it for a while? Let us know. Tweet us at Extreme WX Videos. Let us know what your Christmas tradition is. Who will be first?
I'll go first.
All right, Dan.
Christmas Eve, which also happens to be my dad's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, we do kind of whatever he wants to during the day. He'll usually cook like a prime rib or something like that. And then Christmas Eve has always been church night. So we'll go out to church for Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, then we'll have Christmas over here for a while and then go out wherever. But aside from that, one of the things that we love to do around here is, if you're from the southeast part of Wisconsin, you may or may not have heard of a little area called Candy Cane Lane, which is about 5 or 6 blocks worth of every house has Christmas lights like you wouldn't believe. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Take a look at all the lights through there. Is one of those Christmas traditions that I remember from back when I was a kid. That's
awesome.
If you go up there, you should live stream it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, send us some pictures, a tag, at Extreme WX Videos in your Christmas tradition pictures at Extreme WX Videos or at EWV Live on Instagram. Would love to see those.
Or Facebook Live it on EWV.
Yeah. All right, Georgia, what's your Christmas tradition?
Well, each and every year we try to go to a place called Tanglewood Park. And they have a great big Christmas light show. We try to do that month of December. And ever since my husband passed away in 1997, we always do Christmas here with all 3 of my kids and all my grandkids. So nice. I do a lot of cooking. And we try to make sure we stay all together for that particular holiday.
Good. Yeah.
So, but anyway, we enjoy it. We have a good time.
That is good. That is good. I know one of our kind of Christmas traditions that we've kind of started since we moved here, that we may not always enjoy, but usually I think usually most times on like Christmas Eve, we would go around to our neighbors' houses here in our neighborhood and sing Christmas carols to them and stuff like that. Another thing that we usually do, really more my mom, but is making Christmas pecan rings. Like I can remember when I'm being like 4 and 5 years old, and my mom always making pecan rings for different people. Yeah. And then she'll, take them, and that's like her thing that she does, like Christmas pecan rings. We'll have them, for Christmas morning. We'll wake up in the morning and have a nice Christmas breakfast. And what's there on the table? A Christmas pecan ring.
I know one Christmas tradition you can't do anymore.
What's that?
Going up and picking Jay from Tennessee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was fun. Now he's here with us. And I remember too. Also, when we lived up in New York, one of our Christmas traditions was always going to see Niagara Falls around Christmas.
Cool.
So that was beautiful.
Cool.
They do a light display and everything like that.
Yeah, they had a nice display in that area of Christmas lights and everything. So that was really cool. And during that time, they light up the Niagara Falls with blue and green Christmas lights, and it was really cool seeing that. So it would bring actually a lot of visitors in the wintertime, because that's, you don't often see that. So that's really cool seeing.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, Elena?
Mine is my family goes to Vine Street and we walk. It's like almost like Candy Cane Lane with Dan, and ours has lights and choirs singing, and you can walk down and you can see the Grinch and Scrooge.
Nice.
They bring in a professional guy from Hollywood, and he dresses up and he gets in your face, and it's really fun. And
Awesome.
this year they brought the Grinch. So they had
Nice.
Whoville and the little people, and then the Grinch coming out of nowhere into the crowd.
Nice.
It's fun.
That is pretty awesome. That is pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, I really hope you guys all have a fantastic Christmas season. We'll definitely keep you guys posted. Keep sending us your weather pictures, you know. Also want to let you guys know we are still working on our website. We will be launching that in 2018. We've got some great things coming for the updated website for 2018. So really looking forward to that. Appreciate the team that's working with us on putting that all together. And yeah, anyone else have anything else to add before we close it out for the evening?
Nope.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for tonight's Stormcast. Thank you to all of our participants for joining us tonight. Really appreciated having everyone hang out with us here on Stormcast. We will catch you guys all again, probably, hopefully, maybe sometime next week, if not likely after Christmas. So if we don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas from all of us here at Extreme Weather Videos.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.